we do have a little bit of a problem.
Eddie's got to have news.
Yeah, well, I mean, Eddie's always got news. By the way, apparently, according to John Hourend of Puck.News, the out-of-market package for NFL Sunday Ticket is available via the Apple Store. And, listen, Red Zone included. Just a quick and easy $739.99 for the year. So
quick and easy.
The league told him that the pricing isn't its business. Quote, the NFL does not control the pricing of Sunday Ticket and does not set or receive any additional fees associated with its sale. So apparently
they already got their gazillion dollars.
Now, if you have the YouTube TV package, obviously it's not going to be that much, but if you just go the Apple route, $740 for the year.
Can we philosophically talk about that statement by the NFL?
Yeah.
They're the ones that accept and drive up their rights fees to keep driving up revenue. So if the NFL really wanted to make it more accessible for the out-of-market games, they could. They would just not sell the rights for as much. But the owners want the money. The teams obviously want the money. The league wants to keep growing their bottom line, their revenue. So yes, they are, in essence, in control of it. Now, what DirecTV is going to sell you, or Apple in this case, is going to any of these, and any of the ways you go about watching it, what they sell it for is a byproduct of what they're paying for it in the first place. So that is a lie by the NFL. But again, you've got to. That's the cost of doing business now. This is where the NFL has gotten, and I think a lot of people who go to stadiums now recognize it. Where some of those seats that used to be seats that have probably been held within your family for a long time have been at times, pushed out or, pushed somewhere else in the stadium for luxury suites. And to keep building on that clientele of, higher dollar ticket sales as opposed to the avid fans, people who have been rooting for those franchises for decades. That's the newer model of what all these teams and stadiums are doing. It's unfortunate, but that's the cost of doing business.
I got nothing. Well, I'm a bad ask on this because I'm a sucker. I'm going to pay whatever they charge for a Sunday ticket.
Are you really?
They're
betting on you, buddy. Trust me, they're betting on you and making their business off
because I look at it like this. I don't look at it as the cost of, whatever it is for YouTube TV this year, which is, I don't know, $380, $400, we'll call it $400. I don't look at it as a $400 purchase. I look at it as a $400 purchase that gives me entertainment for 4 or 5 months. So sure. I think that a lot of people view it as that they look at it and say, listen, this is my fun time. This is an opportunity. They'll have parties. They'll have people over. And considering what you get, all the games that you get for that amount of money, I still don't think it's a bad deal. But I love the NFL. I'm going to watch it regardless. And so, yeah, they are betting on me as opposed to, I would wonder what the difference is if you got it at home and just stayed at home every week as opposed to going to a bar. What's your minimum spending at a bar to go watch Sunday games at the NFL? Like $30?
Yeah, it's a little different, though. You're choosing to go out and have to pay for drinks and all that stuff. It's different when you're in your own home where you used to be able to have rabbit ears and tune in and watch a game. And I understand the landscape's changed dramatically, but I think with everything else going on with our economy, how expensive everything has gotten, it is a little tone deaf to then roll out prices that are as expensive as they've ever been. And look, maybe they feel like they can do it because everything costs more. So it's like, well, it's inflation, right? Like everything costs more. So we're going to have to charge you as the consumer more anyway. And you're used to this. So you're just going to deal with it. And you're just going to be Jonas. And you're just going to bend over a barrel. And
you better believe it. You better
Are
believe
they
it.
still blacking
right over
out
here.
games? Are they still blacking out games? And if they do
well,
you
that's
still
what you're
get
paying
that game
for.
On? Okay, you don't get blackout.
Yeah, there's still blackout games, but that's what you're paying for. That's the out-of-market games.
And that's the other part of this, too. Like, you can't just depend on the primetime games to give you the goods anymore because a lot of the primetime games suck. So you want to watch these out-of-market games because they're better matchups. Like some of the Monday Night Football games, and yeah, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck being there have helped the presentation. Some of those games are brutal. And we know what Thursday Night Football was, but still, doesn't matter. To Brady's point, I will be there, and I will be the recipient of whatever they decide they want to give me every single year. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm a doormat, and I'll continue to come back for more. I love football. So, you guys can go watch whatever you want to watch.
I still have a gripe with the NFL about how they control all the game footage. I mean, the fact that college can turn it around and we can be able to just professionally digest it as an analyst, like between a Monday and a Tuesday, and then the NFL will take to like a Wednesday to get the all-22. It is so frustrating. It doesn't make any sense. You don't have as many games as college football. You have a more legitimate setup technologically and even for distribution. The fact that it takes that long is just surprising and disappointing, to be honest. But it is what it is.
I did get a text moments ago from my brother, who owns a restaurant/bar, and he said,
"Tips. Let's get some burn-ins."
So Tyrone said, he said,
"What up, Tyrone?"
He said that Sunday ticket this year for his spot is $10,525.
Dang.
Can you ask him what it was last year?
Well, he's listening. He'll probably respond at some point.
I'm curious. Well, there's a little bit of delay, but I'm curious as to the increase for even bar owners. And I mean, and look, the truth is ever since Nielsen now has been able to rate bars and hotels and these common areas and places that weren't initially a part of the rating service, at least that was what was stated. It's allowed the NFL to kind of keep pushing these prices up because they're saying this is the impact like that we've had on your economy and your business. Like to your point, Jonas, that's what they're preaching to everyone is if you're a bar and you don't have access to all these, games and you don't want to pay this price, so be it. But you're going to see a return on your investment if you do buy our package, if you do buy all these games.
Up from $9,200 last year. So it went up a little over $1,300.
That's a high markup, but that's still
a big
high
increase
to begin with. Yeah.
So he said it's $585 every Sunday this year. So, listen, man, but they kind of got everybody by the balls because it's it's the most popular thing going. So away we go.
And you said this bubble has bursted. Explain.
I mean, meaning
no. He was talking about the notes. I think we're getting to the point where for some consumers, the bubble's bursted. You're going to price out some people, and they're just not going to be able to pay the package that maybe they used to for some of the stuff that's out there.
Yeah, I mean
that's where I think we're getting to that point where there's certain consumers that are just going to be out, and they're going to try to consume however they can, but they're not going to pay those prices.
Yeah.